Cyberbullying is the abuse of the internet to harass, threaten, humiliate, and ridicule others. Everyone can become a victim of cyberbullying, especially teenagers.
12-year-old daughter took her own life after they say she was targeted by her classmates on social media.
Rebecca Sedgwick, the sixth grader, committed suicide last week. Authorities say she suffered nearly a year of cyberbullying.
So we are from Group 8. We provide the result of our group analysis of the article entitled Cyberbullying, Its Nature and Impact in Secondary School Pupils. So let's get started.
Bullying is usually defined as being an aggressive, intentional act or behavior that's carried out by a group or an individual repeatedly and over time against a victim who cannot easily defend him or herself. Several main types like physical, verbal, relational, and indirect might be referred to as traditional forms of bullying. In recent years, bullying through electronic means, specifically mobile phones or the internet, has emerged, often correctly labeled cyberbullying. A corresponding definition of cyberbullying is an aggressive, intentional act carried out by a group or individual using electronic forms of contact, repeatedly and over time against a victim who cannot easily defend him or herself. The potential for cyberbullying has grown with the increasing penetration of network, computers, and mobile phones among young people. For example, the Mobile Lab report in 2006 found that 51% of 10 years old and 91% of 12 years old in the UK have a mobile phone. So, this article discusses a study conducted by an author in examining cyberbullying in secondary school pupils. The study was carried out twice. Study 1 was carried on in June and July 2005, and Study 2 was carried out in March 2006.
The method used in this study is the anonymous self-report questionnaire assessing 7 different media of cyberbullying. In both studies, people were told that participants was optional that their response and their score were remain anonymous and gave informed consent. In study 1, the questionnaire used partly following the always bully or victim questionnaire. The participants are studying from several secondary schools in London local education authorities, who were invited to participate. In study 2, this questionnaire asked about internet use. Definition of bullying and cyberbullying were given and then a series of questions on bullying and cyberbullying. The participant is people from 5 secondary schools, 2 from Leicestershire and 1 from Hertfordshire, Norfolk and Staffordshire.
The results showed that the incidence of pupils being cyberbullied in the last couple of months was 6.6%, often 15.6% only once or twice, and 77.8% never. When they asked how long ago they had been cyberbullied, 5.3% repeated in the last week or month, 5.1% this term, 3.7% the last school year, 3.1% over a year ago, and 82.7% never. Phone calls and text messages are media that are often used in cyberbullying, but in school and outside of school. Cyberbullying occurs more often outside of school. In study 1, many pupils either did not know or thought that no age difference occurred in the cyberbullying activity. In study 2, older pupils were more likely to have ever cyberbullied others. In study 1, girls were more likely to be victims overall. In the focus group pupils, generally, that girls will be more involved in cyberbullying than boys. But in study 2, there was no significant gender difference.
In study 2, many cyber victims were traditional victims and many cyberbullies were traditional bullies. According to the Ybarra and Mitchell hypothesis, traditional victims did also tend to be cyberbullies. Study 2 also showed that virtually 99% pupils used the internet. But according to the independent sample test, there is not significant difference were found in frequency of internet use for pupils engaged in either traditional or cyberbullying, or for traditional victims. But cyber victims did use the internet more than those who were not cyber victims. Cyberbullying usually lasts a week or two. However, several respondents said that this could last for a month, 6 months, even several years. And the media that has the biggest impact on cyberbullying are picture, video clip. Most of the cyber victims didn't tell to anyone about cyberbullying that they experienced. Meanwhile, the rest tell their friends, parents, guardians, and others.
The studies provided a range of qualitative and quantitative information on cyberbullying. The study shows that the frequencies of participation in cyberbullying are less than in traditional bullying, but are appreciable. Some 5 to 10% of pupils reported being cyberbullied in the last couple of months or last term. There are various factors that cause someone to do cyberbullying. One of the factors is that cyberbullying perpetrators make their action as entertainment. They do so to seek the pleasure and to gain the social prestige. Apart from these factors, the factor of revenge also often occurs in some cyberbullying cases. From the cyberbullying media aspect, pupils were especially aware of picture or video clip bullying happening. However, the most frequent media of cyberbullying involve mobile phones in other ways, like phone calls or instant messaging. Although many schools restrict the use of mobile phones and internet in the school, Study 1 shows that in 50% of cyberbullying cases, the victims know that the perpetrator is from their school. So simply, banning the use of mobile phones and internet in the schools is not sufficient to prevent the cyberbullying. From the gender aspect, there's no significant gender differences, but the result from the Study 1 shows that the girls are more likely to become cyberbullies than boys. This is contrast to traditional bullying, where the boys dominated as the bullies.
A research point of view, it is important to include cyberbullying in current questionnaires and nation instruments. The recency of cyberbullying and rapid change in technology means that research must provide data for data collection. Physical factors are important, and we need to monitor the emerging new media of cyberbullying. The main practical step to raise awareness among adults. Many adults of the current parental generation are not aware of the various potential of mobile phone and the internet as are young people. An obvious step into explicitly include cyberbullying in school, anti-bullying policies, and anti-bullying material, and in teacher training material for bullying work, and provide guidance for parents and guidance for children and young people.
That's the result of our group analysis. But we must remember, the article which we analyzed was written in the 2005 to 2006. Nowadays, technology is getting more sophisticated. This makes it easier for the perpetrator to do cyberbullying. Therefore, the result of the analysis of this article can be used as a reference for us in preventing and fighting all acts of cyberbullying. Hopefully, this analysis video can provide benefits to the society. Thank you.